I've got a clip from Hamburg, Germany, where hundreds of Islamists were chanting for a global caliphate and basically for Germany and the rest of the West to fail. Winston, this is happening kind of all over the West. It's happening in your country. We're seeing bits of it in Canada right now. It's just going to keep going, huh?
It's very upsetting for me. We've seen similar things in my country, in Britain. It's almost every weekend since October 7th that we've had anti-Israel protests on the streets of London. I'm genuinely concerned about the future of the country. And in our country, no one has been doing anything about mass migration. We have 700,000 net migrants a year. And that's under a conservative government who are pretending to at least claim they care about the issue. We're about to have a Labour government that's I don't know how it'd be possible, but I'm pretty confident they're going to be even worse than the Tories, who have been dreadful. No one has. We're trapped by political correctness, because we can all see this. We can all see what's going on. We can see these things, but no one has the courage to speak out. And if you do have the courage, as Dr. Saad said, someone like Trump, Orange Man, has the courage to say what the rest of the elites and the rest of the establishment are too hamstrung by political correctness to say. Well, at least there's someone saying something, but this is very concerning. We're not talking about assimilation or integration. There's no attempt at that as well. In fact, even those words are considered offensive because it's sort of taken to mean that your culture isn't good enough. But this is how countries fall. This is how countries fail. This is completely tearing at social cohesion. And the future is very bleak. I'm actually more optimistic about America than Europe. Well, you'll have more insight.
Well, actually, so then let me ask you both the same question, because Gad, what would you say to our left-leaning or liberal, whatever liberal movement still remains in America, the people who get all of this, they see all of it, perhaps they do podcasts about it and everything else, but they will refuse to vote for Trump or will not publicly support Trump or anything else, when I'm completely in agreement with you that he's the one guy at this point that can do anything about this and then can maybe awaken that silent majority. Otherwise, I think we are done, and I'm not a pessimist at all.
I think the regrettable part is that many people don't see reality until it literally is at the doorstep of their home, right? Diabetes doesn't exist because I don't have diabetes, right? And so I mean, take someone like Bill Ackman, whom I really appreciate what he's doing today, but yes. Bill Ackman only woke up when it affected him personally, in that it was his beloved alma mater that was being affected, and it was a Jewish issue. But prior to that, Bill Ackman seemed to have been completely unaware of all those realities. So that's the conundrum that I think is not just a problem of the progressives. It's enmeshed within the architecture of the human mind. I don't see it. I don't believe it's relevant until it comes to my door. If I could just add one more quick thing about the general mass immigration. So as you probably both know, my mother tongue is Arabic. So I speak to people who are from those cultures. I mean, now it's a bit harder because they usually recognize me. But in the past, when I would speak to them, here's what they would say to me in Arabic. The West is a woman to be mounted, right? And in Arabic, there are much more vulgar terms to use for that, euphemism, if you'd like. That's how they view the West. So all of the traits that we consider virtuous in the West, magnanimity, compassion, endless empathy, kindness, what is read by those folks is weakness, 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 and weakness. So until you have Western leaders that actually speak the cultural language of the people that we are engaging, we're just going to be repeating the same mistakes over and over again.